Alright, in this video we're going to talk about CS 603. This is a course of mine, if you can remember my name. I'm Jeff Kinney with no Y. I should be the first thing that comes up on Google for me. I normally have a list of my current courses. My old courses, I keep a list under teaching. So if it's a current course here, if it's an old course, under teaching. CS 603, and this is a version from fall 2016. This is where we'll keep all the information about the course. So at the top of the course there is a link to this document. If you want to save that link as a bookmark or something like that, that's what it is. Where I'm going to keep the files, you can view here. There's no files right now, just this Google Doc, and that also has the command that you would execute if you're logged into the CS server or you're in the lab. That would be the command that you would execute to go into the directory. Right now there's no files in there. There's links to things that you'll commonly look at. Table of contents is here. What we will do today is where I'll keep notes. That is not the right link. Okay, fix some links. So what will we do today is in the bottom of this document, and that is where I will typically take notes about what's going on in the course. Table of contents takes us back up to the top. Every page is going to have these links on the bottom to the table of contents, what we will do today, current assignments, and course notes. This document, the first half, is your typical syllabus information that doesn't change. That is this part here from the table of contents. And then the parts after that is what we're doing in the course, things that will change. So let's look through the things that don't change. So your general information, my name and contact information, office, are we have a lecture slot that we will not always use because a lot of the information will be online with online videos, but that's the time that we have and the room, and we have this time for the lab. We have an exam slot. My office hours, I will normally be around from 8:30 to 4, and these are good times where I'm normally not in meetings. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to 10, 2 to 3. In the basement of Root Hall in A015, there is a lab with Linux computers that you can go and use anytime. The times that it's open are updated at the beginning of every semester, and you'll see here that this semester it's open 9 to 5, Monday through Thursday, and 9 to noon on Friday. Okay, so you can go in there and work on things, and you can work together. You can ask questions of whoever's on duty. No prerequisites for this course. It's mostly for CS graduate students. People from other programs should talk to me first. There's no required textbook. There's a few links here to a course at MIT, a course at Stanford, and a textbook. These are all really good. Well, the MIT and the Stanford are good information. The Shell Coder's Handbook is going to be tons of information. We're not exactly going to do the course like they are, but they are they're close. So if you look at the lecture notes for MIT, this will not provide full information, but it kind of gives you bullet points and gives you the basic idea, and you would look up, you might have to look things up because it's just notes. The Stanford course has full PowerPoints, but then you still will have to look some things up. So, for example, there's links here to their PowerPoints or their PowerPoints as PDFs. So you could go through here and you kind of get the basic idea, but it's not the whole lecture. Okay, so those are things to just kind of peruse, and the Shell Coder's Handbook is a textbook style of lots of different security issues. I have links here at the beginning of the course anyway. I want to do a sort of review or treatment of internet protocols and basic Linux security and computer security, and these are Wikipedia pages about those. If you look at internet protocols, there's going to be lots of links inside of there. So this basic information, and then we'll look at particular protocols. So the basic information about a bunch of these is what we'll be looking at the beginning of the course. And then also, if we look at Linux command line tools, there's some information here about different things. It's good information for you to know. There's, in particular, network command line tools. We'll be looking at those and what that means. Okay, so there's no textbook. Everything will be online, and we'll put in links as needed. There's a couple textbooks here that are related. If this is an area that you want to get a job in, I would go ahead and get one of these textbooks. Course announcements will go to your ISU email address, so you should check that regularly or have it forwarded to somewhere that you do check. The rest of this you can read. The basic description of the course, so this is supposed to be about networking and security. This is not primarily a programming course. It's the goal is to understand how everything works, be able to do administration, understand what the issues are, do a little bit of programming, and we'll do some kind of project, and we'll get to that at the end. So here is the basic outline. We'll see how closely we follow this. The basic goal for each of these topics would be to know the basic information, understand the issues that are involved, and be able to use some of the tools that are used in the different areas. Grading and assignments, you can read this. We'll have homeworks, we'll have exams, and we'll have some sort of participation grade. We'll discuss homework due dates and such as needed. I'm expecting that this will be a course that takes a medium amount of work. It's probably not going to be your easiest class. It certainly won't be your hardest. It's not supposed to be one of the hardest classes that you take. And grade cutoffs, there will have to be grades. Grad students get between an A and a C or an F. So this is my usual description of what grades mean. You should read this. If you're in this intermediate grade range between a C and an F, I'll have to decide whether you get a C and an F. I don't think that should happen to anybody. Blackboard will be used for grades and maybe some other stuff, but for now, grades. In terms of academic integrity, you should do your own work. For homework assignments, you should work on them however is best for you. I would recommend doing as much as you can on your own, but then talking with other people about what kind of issues you're having, including myself, including grad students. You should never copy files. You should never just copy what somebody else did. So a good rule of thumb here is that if you work together with someone on something, you should destroy what you worked on and then recreate it separately to make sure that it's really your work that you understand. And if I'm not sure, I will do that. I will have you recreate it on the fly, explain it to me, make some modification. If you're not sure, then ask. Anytime you're working with somebody or using something on an assignment, whether it's homework or a project, you should include include a citation. So say that you worked with somebody, say that you talked with somebody about the assignment. If there is a website that you found, you should include the link. If there is an issue with cheating, there's a protocol for doing that. I normally give a 0. Sometimes I give an F for the course on a first infraction, depending on how severe it is. So just don't make that an issue here. If you have a learning disability and have some accommodations that are set up, then the Student Disability Service is the office at Indiana State that deals with that. You should definitely let me know and give me that information. If you have not ever talked to them and you think that might be appropriate, I'll be glad to help you do that. This is a statement about sexual misconduct that is supposed to be in everybody's syllabus. It has contact information for who you get in touch with if there's any issues. You should also know that the chairperson of the Math and CS department as of fall 2015 is female, and also the secretary, the department administrative assistant, is female. So if there's any issue, you feel more comfortable talking to a woman, you should feel comfortable going to them as well. Okay, so that's the information that doesn't change, that is a standard syllabus. All right, you could pause and, I don't know, get a drink or go to the bathroom or something. Now for the information that will change. So we'll have different types of assignments, so I'll keep track of them all: reading, homework, quizzes, and exams. And I'll go reverse chronological order on each of these. So the reading, I will just add to it. The homeworks will have numbered homework assignments, and we'll get to those when the next video. All right, course notes I'll keep here, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. Then what will we do today is down here at the bottom. You can read through those. I'll sort of keep notes. This is for me to remember to do things, and also for you to know what was happening if you miss a class or a lecture.